guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's maybe been a crazy week for you guys. Finals are coming up for us college students, and if you have any specific prayers, go ahead and message us or leave it in the comments below, and we'll be sure to pray for you. Well, this week's topic is about our future husbands and the journals that we could do for them. I'd like to thank, if my future husband were to ever see this, I want to thank you because you gave me an A+ on my journal for my homework assignment, which I'm really thankful for. Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to go through some things and give you guys like a little bit of an outline on how to go about starting a journal, because I can tell you how it's helping me and it's experiencing me, but how is that really helping you if you can't go out and make your own as well? So first off, the first thing that I'd like to go over is, sorry, I'm kind of following the syllabus for what I did for my journal because it really did help me. What we were supposed to do is we started with 10 entries. Now, 7 out of the 10 were already kind of outlined for us, and we had to come up with 3 on our own. I thought this was really nice to do because it helped us broaden our minds and become more accustomed to going about and how we could go about making our journals. The first entry journal is to make a list of goals for the first 2 years of your marriage. But make a list of at least 5 goals for you or your spouse, or both. And then the second entry that you can write about is a love language reflections. There is a URL that I'll have in the bottom of the link, and you can go ahead and click on it and take your own exam. You take this test, and you can reflect on the results and write to your future spouse on what you think they should know about how you do and do not receive or feel love, and how you might communicate love to them based on the results that you get. When you take this test, make sure you take it as a married person in accordance to your gender. The third entry is personal wedding vows. Now, to be all honest here, I just went online and I googled wedding vows to get something of what I'm trying to do. And so just go on there and look up wedding vows and just, look up good Christian wedding vows and see what they have to say, which one sticks out to you the most. And then make your own wedding vow into that. Your fourth entry, the fourth thing you could talk about in your journal, is position on divorce. Now, this is a big thing because once you are married, let no man separate what has been brought together before God. That's written in Scripture. Maybe not for word like I said it, but it's there. And so, make sure it's clear when you go to get married. Make sure your spouse knows where you stand. And so go on and talk to them about what your view is on divorce and a biblical theory as to why you have used the Bible to back up your view, pretty much. And then give what reasons, if any, would you say okay to a divorce. And then, is there a merit mutual separation, as in not divorce for a time? So you and your spouse say, okay, let's do this and go our different ways for a little bit, but then come back together. Give that view to your spouse. Make sure they know clearly where you stand and what your views are at this time. But make sure you bring this before God and pray to Him to guide you for the truth and where you stand on this. It's not easy. Your fifth entry can talk about philosophy on parenting. This is a big deal. Basically, just give your view on parenting, and back it up with, the Bible to help show them where you are at. Answer questions like, what's the purpose of having children, or what does priority of family mean to you? What is the primary role of parents in the lives of children, and what is the primary goal for children in your parenting? Now, I read a book called Revolutionary of Parenting. I'll grab it. I read this book by George Barna, Revolutionary Parenting, Raising Your Child to Become Spiritual Champions. I read this whole book just to get a view on parenting because I am just an oldest child. I haven't had any kids. I'm single, so yeah. So if you guys want, go ahead and look this up. On the back it says it's $14.99, but if you know me personally and you'd like to just maybe borrow the book, that would be awesome. I would gladly lend it to you. Oh, and if you're a parent already, and you might, just because if you're married already, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing to do. You can always use this as a way to like reconnect with your spouse, or just do it as a fun activity to express things with them, you know. And then your sixth entry could be about a prayer for your spouse. Now, when I did my journal, this was the first thing that I did, is I just wrote a prayer for my spouse. I wrote about things like for him to use between now and whenever we were to get engaged, the kind of things I would want God to do for them, how I would desire them to construct themselves, and what you would want them to be doing to prepare them for marriage. I also wrote about things like how I would be praying for him to be like a godly man of God and will willingly follow him, and just not be afraid of society's point of view, to stick up for God, for Christ. The seventh entry is you could write about personal commitment to values. Now, something I did is I took this, and first thing that came to my mind was leadership, LDRship, which is in the military, and it stands for loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Okay, so I took those and I literally just made my own acronym called CHILD. And literally I just said Christ, hope, respect, love, and discipleship of Christ. That's what my acronym stood for. And usually at the end of every entry I would write a prayer to my spouse. And then the 3 open topics that I wrote about were things like that were really personal to me, that I wanted him to know, that I wanted to just lay it out there and just get it off my shoulders. And honestly, I felt a big relief doing this. And just because you're married doesn't mean you can't take this opportunity to do it yourself. You know, because it's a good way to work on a relationship, to maybe express some things. To just, it really does take, like, you're giving off, like, a big relief off your shoulders, and you're literally just handing it up to God. So, you know, let your request be made known to God. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll definitely be praying for you guys tonight. And